Hi guys, my name is Derica, otherwise known by Derica J Sims or That Girl D Games. I just wanted to come on here and make this video because if you're not familiar with me, I do stream over on TikTok and Twitch. And I've gotten this question a lot about how to download mods in CC. And the type of person I am, I'm very helpful, and sometimes it's hard to explain without having like a visual like thing to look at. So I wanted to come and show you guys like how to download mods in CC. It's super easy. It can get complicated if you don't do the right things. So to prevent that, I decided to come and make a video. So there's a ton of places where you can get mods in CC from, um, like Pinterest. Pinterest is one of my favorite ones. Sometimes YouTube, if you look at like CC folders and stuff, you can get that. The Sims files shared, the Sims resource, CurseForge, a ton of other places. But me personally, my top three Patreon. My top would be, of course, Pinterest, Patreon, and the Sims resource. Um, also Tumblr. Tumblr is a really good place too. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to use Pinterest. So let me go ahead and type that in. Go over onto Pinterest. So here I have my own personal Pinterest here. If you wanted to follow me, this is the ID. But on my Pinterest, I do have folders set up where you can like find CC and get directly linked to them. So let's use this one. If you were looking to start off your photo with body presets. So body presets is anything that helps basically like the body. So in your game, you do get base game body presets, but they aren't exactly, to me, they aren't exactly inclusive. So they're just different ways to get like a certain body type that you want. One of my favorite work people who makes really good body presets is Afrocentric Sims. So if you were again go over to my Patreon, to my Pinterest, and go to my pin, and you see like, oh, I like this body preset, I wonder how to get it. You can click visit site or this link right here, which will take you directly to their Patreon. Everything I do link is, I try to link the stuff that is available to the public. But either way, this is her Patreon. They have the pictures of how the preset will look in game. Again, disclaimer, the preset will look like this, but in order to add or change anything, it is suggested that you get sliders. But they're not necessary. That's just a total add-on. But if you, it's best when you download any kind of mod or CC, it's best to read all of the instructions. So this is just a TOU, also known as terms of use. So basically, they just don't want you to steal it or claim it as your own. Don't edit the preset, and not to re-upload it or put it behind a paywall. But anyway, if you scroll down and you see this right here where it says attachments, this is the body preset. So I'm going to click it and I'm going to download it. I'm going to do a couple of other CC shopping, which is essentially what we're doing. I'm going to get some other stuff just to add onto the game. So I got the body preset. Let's get some clothes to put on the body. One of my other favorite creators is Kiko Vanity, and I really love this dress right here she made. So I'm going to go and click on this. I'm going to click visit site, and it will take you directly to her website. She also has a Patreon. This item right here, I believe this link will take you to her Patreon. But for the sake of this video, we're just going to stick with this, and you're going to download it. Sometimes if people have websites, they'll take you to a third party website, and this is where you have to be careful because of other like pop-ups and stuff. Not really, you just want to be for sure safe, because that's how you get viruses and stuff on your computer. So because I am a little weary, we're not going to use this one. I'm going to go over and use this one that will take you directly to her Patreon, which has the exact fit. It has a fit right here. So I'm going to scroll down tells you what it includes. So it includes the things you see in the pictures, which these are so tea. Like, are you serious? She's so talented. Like, I love this dress. It makes my son's body look so good. But you scroll down here, so it tells you all that's included, and it tells you how many swatches. So swatches is basically the amount of colors that it comes in. Scroll down. Of course, she has her terms of use, and then all of these attachments are all that it is included. This is also a good section to be mindful of right here, because sometimes you may download something and you're like, I don't know where it is. I'm in your head, you can see it. You're thinking like, oh, this is cute everyday wear, but sometimes the creators might put it in a different category. So this is just going to tell you that I know for sure this is in everyday wear, but this will for sure tell you that like it's for young adults and elders, so it's not available for teenagers, obviously, or anything younger than them. It is for male and female. It has a custom thumbnail, so it will be easy for you to find. And this is disabled for randoms. So basically, like your random townies or any random sims that you don't play with that you didn't put on them, the CC won't show up on them, which is a good thing, because it is very annoying when you have your sim looking all good and this, that, and the third, and the next thing you know, like you see a random busted sim, like, oh my god, why do you have that on? But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and download all of these, and it's gonna download straight to my computer. And let's get one other thing. Let's see. I'm going to use this because I know this. Actually, I'm going to use this one because I know it's on the Sims resource. The Sims resource is a good resource to have to get SimCC, but I understand it can be a little intimidating because they have a system in place where when you download something, you have to wait the time. So this is like you have to have an ad, you sit there and watch it, but this helps because this is what helps keep the website for free. I like it. There are a ton of creators on there. I personally do not like to go and look. Like, I'd have to be in a mood to go and look like myself on the Sims resource, but I do not mind when I get linked to their Sims resource. And then if it's something I like and it looks good in my game, then I'll like go to that creators page. But we have 5 seconds until it downloads. So once that finished, I'm actually going to exit out the video. See, it's ready to download. I'm going to click download, and yeah, that's all you have to do. It's basically a system of just like waiting and waiting. And if it doesn't download on its own, you can always click, mine's downloaded on its own, but if it doesn't do that, you can always click here and it'll automatically download. Okay, perfect. And let's do an example of a mod. So basically all that we just did, we just downloaded custom content. So I would classify custom content as anything that is like for clothes, furniture, hair, skin, genetic stuff like body presets, teeth, ears, like anything that has to do with the sim itself and your furnishing built by, I would classify that as CC. Your mods will be anything that adds something new to the dynamic of the gameplay. So one of my favorite mods would be, which is a mod I feel like everybody should have in their game, is MC Command Center. So I'm going to type that in, and this will take you directly to the creator's website. So I'm going to click here, and you could just, they have MC Command Center, and they also have MC Woohoo, which is an add-on to MC Command Center. But you can read all of this. I'm going to scroll. I will suggest that when you download mods that you're not familiar with, that you do read up on it, just because you want to eliminate any confusion, anything that will lead to you breaking your game. But since I am aware of the mod and how it works, I am just going to go ahead and download it. So I'm going to go here where it says to download MCC. And what you want to do is you want to get the most recent version of it. So this is the most recent version of it right here. So I'm going to go ahead, and if you want to read the change logs, which will basically tell you everything that was changed, you can read that. But again, for my sake, I'm just going to go ahead and download it. So I'm going to click it, and it's right there. It's downloaded in my game. Another great mod I want to use. Mod I want to showcase would be PAndasama. So, hold on. Just gonna scroll down. So PAndasama also, most mod creators do have their mods directly on their website. Or they have a website to showcase their mod, and then you can download it from, like, if you don't download it from their website, you could download it from like Patreon. But for, again, the sake of this video, PAndasama has her own website. So she, not only does she have the realistic childbirth mod, but she does have custom content, different things. So she has like toys that are functional. Like toys and stuff, I believe, for like toddlers and children. But I'm going to scroll down. Again, for the sake of this video, I really just want the childbirth mod. So I'm going to click here on this tab where it says childbirth mod. And again, if you want to read up on how the mod works, please feel free to do that. Do your own research. I do suggest, if you are not familiar with the mod, read first before you reach out to the creators, because they took their time to do the work, to explain the mod, to tell you how it works, how to get to the result you're trying to get to. So before you ask, it's always best to read up and then proceed to ask. But yep, I was just scrolling to show you, like, literally it's all there. It is a straightforward mod, honestly. But I'm gonna go ahead and click go to download, which will take you down to the bottom of the page. And this is the most recent version of the mod, so I'm going to click it and it automatically downloads. Okay, perfect. Now that we have a little bit of something, just so I can give you guys a good example of how downloading works, that's an easy step. The next step would be, and that's my OBS. But the next step would be to, the next step would be to find your game. So for me, I am on a Windows computer. I did used to play on a MacBook Pro. I don't remember the pathway, but you can look that up on Google. It's very self-explanatory. But for the Windows people, all you do is open up the Explorer, File Explorer. I don't know why they did that, but File Explorer. You go to your documents and you click Electronic Arts, The Sims 4, and then you scroll down and it's right here. This is your mods folder. Now for me, again, for the sake of this video, I did move my personal mods folder over to my desktop just because I wanted to get a clean mods folder. Every time you play the game and you don't have a mods folder, every new game will have a blank mods folder. The Sims team just expect, like, modding it's just a thing in the community. So if you ever have a problem with your mods folder and you need to do the 50-50 method, I would suggest that you, again, move your mods folder over to your desktop, open up the game, close it immediately. Don't go into gameplay, don't save, don't do nothing. Open and close the game, and then you will have a blank mods folder, and that will make it easier for you to do the 50-50 method, which would help you to figure out what's broken or something. But that's another conversation for another day. But anyway, back to the video at hand. You want to keep this here. I have no clue what that's for, but I wouldn't delete it. I don't know what that is. To see where your downloads are, again, you just add another tab, or you can, like, have it split screen if you want, if that makes it easier for you. I'm just going to keep another tab because it's easier for me to switch back and forth. You have another tab, and all you do is go to your downloads, and this is all the stuff that we downloaded. So for me, in your mods folder, you can easily just, like, drag and drop, like, all these package files, the body preset, cut it and paste it. Now it's in your game. But me, I am a very organized person, so what I would do is I would create a folder. I like to keep my folder in all caps just so it's easier for me to read. And so we're going to name this folder female. Oops, I got nails on, so I'm going to be typing very weird, but female clothes. Right? So here, this is where I would put all of the stuff we got from Kiko Vanity into that folder. So it will go directly in that folder. Now your mouse folder looks a little bit more cleaned up, and it's still going to show up in your game because you're one folder in. I'm going to do the same thing for the body presets. I'm going to type in body presets, and I'm going to put this, drag and drop into that folder. Now let's set. Now what we need to work on are the mods that we downloaded. So what you always remember when you download anything, whether it's mods or custom content, you never put a zipped up folder into your game, because it will cause problems. Either it might work, or it might work and then eventually down the line it will cause your game to break, or B, it just won't work because it's harder for the game to recognize something that is zipped up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click it and I'm going to extract it. Because I'm on a Windows computer and I have the updated version of Windows, it automatically extracts things. I don't have to download a third-party program to do so. But if you do, no worries. A good program would be WinRAR. I'm sure there's other programs, but I know WinRAR is one I'm familiar with. And then for my Mac users, I can't remember the one I use, but Mac also has a version of a folder unzipper. So all you have to do is go in the App Store and type in like folder unzipper, and it will pull up what's there. So now that I have this folder right here, I'm going to go ahead. Right here. Actually, I'm going to close this because it's confusing me. But now that I have this unzipped version of it, I'm going to go ahead and delete this because I don't need it anymore. I'm going to do the same thing for MC Command Center. It's going to unzip the file, and now I'm going to delete that one too. So with this, we can drag and drop this directly into our mods folder. But because again, I am an organized person, I'm going to do what exactly that I have in my personal mods folder. So I'm going to create a folder, and I'm going to label it PAndasama and save. I'm going to put this, but now I'm not, because when you open up this folder, you will see two different file types. You'll see the package file, and then you see a script file. So for mods, again, like I said, mods add a new dynamic to the game. And most of the time they have a package and a script file. A script file is what makes the mod work, essentially. When you have a script file, all script files, the game won't recognize any script file that is more than one folder deep. So to explain what that means is, this is a folder. If you left this in your game exactly like this, it will work completely fine because you're only one folder deep. But if I were to drag this folder in here, the game is not going to recognize that mod at all, because this is one folder, this is two folders, this is now two folders deep. It's not going to work. Package files can be two folders deep, maybe even three, but I wouldn't go any further than two. Script files can only be one folder deep. So what you're going to do, if you want to stay organized, it's just using mine as an example, what you want to do is you want to highlight this, cut it back out, and then paste it. Now it's only one folder deep, and it will still work completely fine the way it is. This also makes it easier for some creators who strictly only update their script files, and then that way you can just like update the script file. But it's organized. Again, one folder, this will be two folders. You see how there isn't the script file in there? The script file is still only one folder deep. That is the rule of thumb. Keep your script files one folder deep, right? Okay, so we're going to do the same thing for MC Command Center. So I'm going to type in MC Command, and I'm going to, before you do that, again, you must always check. So let's check it, right? I'm going to check this. And you see how MC Command Center is totally different? It's all script files. So you can either keep this folder and leave it as it is and not have another folder to do so. Or if you are just like, you want to keep everything like the same and you have it all capped like I do, you want to keep it organized, what you want to do is go in here, highlight everything, cut everything, go to your folder and paste it. Now all of those script files are again only one folder deep. you're only one folder deep, and you could delete this folder because it's completely empty. And just to prove it, it's empty. You don't need it anymore. And now, once you start up your game, you'll see a screen, and I'm going to show you. So I'm going to start up my game. You'll see a screen that will pop up if you have your mods and CC enabled. You'll see a screen that pops up that tells you that you have CC and mods installed. So I'm gonna let this load. Don't mind my naked Sims. Again, I take my mods folder out so they don't have everything they need to have on. Honestly, now that I'm talking, this is different because of the update. But before, you would get a screen that will show you that you have mods and stuff installed. But to be sure that you are enabled to have mods to CC and script files working in your game, you would go to these three dots in your top right corner. You would click it. You go to your game options. In your game options, you would scroll down to other, and in other, you would see all of this stuff right here. But one thing you want to make sure is enabled is script mods allowed. And you want to make sure enable custom content and mods. So make sure these two are checked off. And also another rule of thumb is to remember that whenever there is an update, make sure to first turn off automatic updates. Do not let EA update your game. Turn that off. Turn off automatic updates. And if you have a ton of mods in CC, it's best to go offline for a couple of days, maybe a week, to give modders time to fix their mods. Don't rush them because they're doing this on their free time. No one is holding a gun to their head and telling them to make mods for us. This is literally out of the enjoyment of the game that we all share a love for. So give them time to update their mods. It's okay. You can play offline for a few days. It's not going to kill you. But when you do update your game, every time there is an update, these boxes will be unchecked. So if you look, like, again, if you open up your game, you have CC and you look like, whoa, where are my Sims? Or why are they naked? Why they don't have their drip on? That should be a clue for you to be like, oh, okay, I remember what Derica said. I'm going to open this. I'm going to go to my game options. I'm going to go to other, and I'm going to check these boxes to make sure they're on. You would apply the changes and completely just go ahead and exit out your game. Do not load your game once you check this box and think that it's automatically going to show up. No, your Sims are still going to be naked. Like, they're going to be naked. As long as you apply the changes, save and exit, close the game, and then reopen, then you'll get your lovely Sims back the way they looked before. But again, I just want to prove that what we did just do earlier when we downloaded our CC and our mods is still showed up in the game. I'm going to click here where it says view custom content, and I'm going to scroll down. You see how it shows the custom content we downloaded. Here's the body preset, and here's the dresses that we got from Kiko Vanity. And here are the other two things that we have. So this is the package file that came with MC Command Center, and this is the package file that came with PAndasama's mods. And then if you scroll down where you see script mods, you see the script files that came with MC Command Center, and then you see the script file that came with PAndasama's Childbirth mod. And you can click check, and this is just a window to help you double check that to let you know, like, yeah, they're installed correctly, they're in my game. If you are new to adding CC and mods, I would suggest that you check this box right here, which again will show as startup. So basically, when you start up the game, you'll see this pop-up. This pop-up will show up every time you start the game. I have it unchecked because I'm used to modding and I know my mods and stuff are in my game, and I have a ton of it. So the more you add, the bigger this will be. This will be huge. And me personally, I'm not looking for all that. If I don't see it in the game and I know I just added it in there, then that means I need to close my game and start over and figure out what I did wrong in installing. But installing is fairly easy, as I showed you guys. So yeah, I'm just gonna apply the changes. I didn't do anything different, but just to be for sure. And I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to exit the game. But yeah, that's just the basis of downloading mods in CC. It's fairly simple. The number one rule is to remember only one folder deep for your script mods. To try to stay as organized as possible. And if you're looking for tips on how to organize your mods folder, feel free after you finish watching this video to look on YouTube and look at other simmers videos on how to organize mod folders. They'll give a better example than I can on how they organize their mod folders, and sometimes some are even so generous to give you a blank template of a blank mod folder to download and add into your game. So that's the best. And of course, remember, don't be afraid to use these resources. You got Pinterest, you got Tumblr, you got Patreon, you got these creators' websites, you have the Sims resource. There is a whole world of opportunities to download CC. And the last thing to remember is to just have fun. At the end of the day, this is just a game. For a lot of us, this is just a way for us to escape reality. So, but yeah, I really appreciate y'all watching this video. If you have any questions, any further questions, if I didn't explain anything well enough for you, please feel free to drop a comment. I don't know if you can send messages on YouTube, but if you want to do a private message, you know how to do it, feel free to do that. I'll figure out how to check that. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope I was able to reach someone and to help someone make a better game for themselves besides the basic vanilla of a game. And yeah, I hope you have a good day. Bye.